or maybe reminded me of another conversation I had recently about what kind of also brought this on too, is that people are getting used to these news clippings and headlines of cybersecurity breaches, right? And I think that's not a good thing in terms of kind of lulling us to sleep a little bit. So people are starting to get used to, these big retailers being hacked and your credit card information being stolen, right? Over the last few years, they're used to just free credit reports. They're used to now, which is starting to happen, a lot of ransomware stuff. So the question is, what can both industry and government do to kind of both education, but also just put in the right regulation and compliance to the necessary level, right? That's always a big question, to really ensure that, even though people are kind of getting used to being hacked, unfortunately, companies are used to being breached and people don't have the same bad reaction to it as they did before, still have some type of protection, still have some type of, proper response to it.
Well, Jamal, that's an interesting point because like probably everybody on this call and everybody listening, I have been hacked numerous times. I've had to go and replace my credit cards or my Target card or get credit monitoring services or whatnot. And you're right that it's annoying. And then I swear I'm never going to do business with this company ever again. And then 3 weeks later I do because I've gotten over it. And like that was the mentality. But I'm wondering how much ransomware in particular, and maybe the more invasive espionage of like the SolarWinds attack, how much is that changing pressures in the boardroom that, if you can't actually pump gas to 100 million Americans, or you can't get meat off of the loading dock, which happened with JBS, that's a whole lot different than we're just going to annoy and exasperate our customer base for a while and endure some bad headlines. But the operational threats, I'm wondering how much they have focused the mind. And I don't want to say boards hadn't taken cybersecurity seriously before. I'm sure they did, but this latest manifestation of security attacks really kind of lights the fire under them like nothing we'd ever seen, and it's leading to a more rigorous response. Patrick, maybe I'll ask you about that. If you're dealing with clients or talking with board members or CEOs, like, do they have a different view of it now that, oh my God, this is for real? We could be totally shut out of our systems for forever. Like, what's going on?
Yeah, and Matt, so that's part of our job as consultants is going out there and showing the executives, showing the board members what is the actual potential. I think in our industry, we've kind of fallen into a rut of, okay, well, we failed a phishing test, we'll train our users, or okay, well, we failed the pen test, we'll put some patches and fix it and we'll be better. But what they don't realize is, if it wasn't a good guy doing this and it was a bad guy, here's all of the information I stole from your organization. I can promise you there's nothing that grabs the board's attention when the payroll goes out, when the offer letters are stolen, when the board meeting minutes are there, when legal is stolen, and I have the entire compliance folder with all the audit results. That really goes to show, not only can I disrupt your operations, and what we're starting to see now is kind of the ransomware with the blackmail on the back end. We'll encrypt your files. You're going to have to either pay us or rebuild from backup. But also, by the way, if you decide to rebuild from backup, we also stole your files and now we're going to publish them on the dark web. So we're starting to see that a lot more as well. And that's really starting to get the attention of the C-level and the board folks.
Yeah.